Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, it is hunters who dare to go where most others won't. Brothers Chris and Casey Kiefer represent the modern-day hunter. For most of their lives, the Kiefer brothers have tested their skills as survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Dropped with only a sidearm for protection and the clothes on their backs, together they will spend the next month scratching and clawing their way over 100 river miles through a land ruled by predators. In a race against time, supply-yielding caches will be placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock, as Mother Nature threatens to choke the North with ice and snow. For the first time, the Kiefer brothers will find out what it's like to be cast into the wild with virtually nothing. This is Dropped. Alaska's Brooks Range, the northernmost extension of the Rocky Mountains, is one of the most remote and least disturbed landscapes in the world. Dramatic peaks and valleys are plagued with wolves, wicked terrain, and fast-moving weather. She has a will of her own. Spanning nearly 800 miles, much of the range is only accessible by air. With the highest aviation accident rate in the country, flying in is a perilous start for brothers Chris and Casey Kiefer.
Creek right back there, that's gotta be where we have to get to. So we're gonna have to step the edge once we hit ground. I'll try and find that little outlet and then boogie down to the creek. We're gonna have to make a beeline for that cache.
Brothers Chris and Casey Kiefer will have 5 hours to trek 4 miles in order to validate their first cache, if they can find it.
Well, once we get out, let's just hit the ground and run it.
Touching down in remote Alaska means the brothers instantly must kick into survival mode, because the clock is already ticking. Their immediate mission is straightforward: traverse miles of barren tundra on foot in hopes of reaching the likely location of the first supply cache, dubbed the Pioneer Cache. They must quickly steady their nerves and get their bearings.
Oh, man. He didn't waste any time, did he?
No, he didn't.
Any chance of turning back disappears with the departure of the bush plane.
First of all, we have absolutely no wood for a fire. We have no way to start a fire. And we have to go that direction based on what we saw coming in, because that's where that creek is. It's over that ridge.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out a way to make some shelter up here, man.
Well, I'll tell you right now that we will absolutely freeze. I mean, right now we're midday, we got high sun. I'm still chilly. So if we don't get down to the river and find a way to make shelter, we're gonna be in trouble.
Chris and Casey have carefully chosen the basic clothing they need to stay warm. The brothers are wearing an advanced layering system. This allows them to quickly remove and add layers to combat the rapid and drastic shift in temperatures. They're also relying on the accuracy, knockdown power, high capacity, and control of semi-automatic 10mm handguns for last resort protection against Alaska's most dangerous predators. If any of these items fail, the brothers fail.
At least if we can locate the cache, that's gonna represent at least something, I'm hoping.
More than we're gonna have now.
I mean, we've been dropped in areas before. This is like ridiculous. There's nothing up here.
Dude, I've been a lot of places in Alaska. I've never been anywhere this wide open.
Problem is we don't know where the cache is.
The Kiefer brothers have over 100 river miles to cover between insertion and extraction. Their starting point in the high country sits miles from what seems to be a small outlet creek. Once at the creek, they must travel the waterway towards the tree line. The supply-yielding caches will be placed at predetermined locations and will contain tools vital to the brothers' mission. As they work their way downstream, Chris and Casey will need to be opportunistic hunters and gatherers if they hope to stay alive, using nothing but the tools found in each cache.
It's gonna take us a hell of a lot longer to reach that creek than we think, dude. Look how far that is.
I know, but there's no other option at this point.
Not only that, but if we're between two creeks, that means we gotta figure out how to cross one before we get to the bigger creek. So with this one running right here and that one running right there, we're eventually gonna have to get across one of them.
Uncertain of their destination, and with no mode of transportation, the brothers are forced to trek over the open tundra.
Well, there's nothing else to do at this point besides roll.
It's 40 degrees. We gotta figure out shelter, start turning our minds towards food, and just focus. The rest we're gonna have to figure out.
All right.
That's what we do, man.
I'm down, let's roll.
Let's go.
Enduring a lack of food, Burdensome hiking and fluctuating temperatures can quickly drain the body of energy. For the Kiefer brothers, the effects are noticeable almost immediately as the initial surge of adrenaline wears off.
Pay attention more off to the right, because I remember it being this direction. At least that inlet looked like it was that way.
Depth perception is the visual ability to perceive the world in 3 dimensions, helping us to judge the distance of an object. In order for the human brain to process certain visual cues, both eyes must work together as a team. This is called binocular vision. Each eye is in a slightly different position, gathering a different view from its own unique perspective. When both eyes aim at the same object equally and accurately, 2 separate images are relayed to the brain for processing. The brain stitches the 2 images into one, adding the depth dimension. This is called stereopsis, and it allows the Kiefer brothers to estimate how far they are from the next ridge at all times. The seemingly lifeless tundra covers over half of Alaska, but the desolation can be deceiving. Several different animal species call this barren ground home, and they all compete with each other for food and territory. The treeless region offers little cover from the predators that patrol the landscape. If visitors want to survive, they have to adapt. For Chris and Casey, adapting hasn't been effortless. Their first few miles is taking longer than anticipated.
Nothing like tussock turning to muskeg. I mean, it's like a maze. You can't just walk straight.
This right here is what makes walking in the tundra so hard. This is tussock, all these little knobs and nastiness.
The Alaskan tundra is a treeless ecosystem spanning over 300,000 miles and home to over 1,700 plant species.
Every time you stand on top of this stuff, it just shifts back and forth. And you can roll your ankles, tweak your knees. It just makes walking hell. So to make things even worse, then you get on stuff like this. You get on this moss right here. Big, soft, spongy type stuff that when you step in it, you sink way down. Even if you pick a straight line when you're walking through this kind of stuff, you probably walk twice the distance because you kind of try to weave in and out of it. The joys of walking around the tundra, man.
Walking twice as far means burning twice the energy.
I mean, it's just false ridge after false ridge.
Didn't look nearly that far from here.
It's freezing out right now too. This wind is just cutting through me.
A nightmare to walk through.
That's it right there. I mean, that's the only thing around here. So.
Despite being further than expected, the brothers run into their first sign of water.
We gotta get this cache before it's too late.
Abrupt changes in temperature can wreak havoc on the ill-prepared. The Kiefer brothers are already seeing the benefits of their clothing choices as they race against the clock with over a mile to go and just an hour and a half left to validate the cache.
There it is, brother.
That's it. Definitely it. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I know. This is definitely the headwaters right here.
Utilizing even the slightest elevation change in the tundra helps the brothers determine what lies ahead.
We know that this is going to run out. It's going to hit that right there. That is the top of the water.
Well, you can see that valley that whole way.
The brothers have located the headwaters, but now they must find the actual cache.
I mean, if they're going to bring it in here, they're probably going to bring it in over here somewhere where this beach is, don't you think?
Yeah, they're going to drop right here. Plus, this is the easiest way around right here. Look how open that is compared to this side over here.
Past experiences have given the brothers valuable insight into the areas of the North Country that are accessible by humans and how. As they scan the banks, they rely upon their knowledge to systematically gauge where the cache should be.
If for some reason we have to backtrack, we will, but I feel like we should go right over there to that first.
Let's get over there.
One wrong move will cost valuable time and precious energy.
Get down to that corner right there.
The clock is ticking, and the Kiefer brothers have yet to find their first cache. They've decided to gamble on the path of least resistance. If their gamble is wrong, they face backtracking, burning energy, and impending darkness. The Kiefer brothers have zigzagged over 3 miles from their point of insertion, They're now within just 1 mile of the Pioneer cache, with hopes that the supplies are waiting for them near the banks. The cache is camouflaged by a thick blanket of low-lying brush surrounding the lake. In order to find the supplies they need to continue their journey, Chris and Casey must proceed with purpose and focus.
Keep your eye out through this entire lowland stuff. It's right there, dude. Right there.
Where?
Right in front of us. Right here.
Right there. Woo! Nice find, dude.
Oh, man. Cash.
Nice spot.
All right.
God.
Oh, well, we got a Tenzing bag for sure, which is good. We got a backpack now.
We got a raft.
All right. Here's binos.
Set of wading boots.
I gotta find the GPS.
In order for the brothers to make use of the supplies in the Pioneer cache and any other caches they may find, they must first validate their location back to the producers. If they fail to validate any of the correct locations in the time allotted, the cache's contents will be useless to them.
Reel.
Hold on, I'm gonna validate this.
Those other waders.
Checking in. Okay. And okay, cache validated right now.
Water bottle.
What do we got?
It's been half a day since the brothers were inserted on the high mountain lake. Having battled miles of open tundra, tussock, and a lack of clear direction, the brothers have successfully found and validated their first cache.
Waders. Wading boots, fly rod, reel.
There's only one set of boots?
Yeah, there's only one set of boots in here. Hold on, let's rip this thing open. I'll just zip that right there. There's the boots. This thing.
Okay, so we got the raft.
Yep.
Here's a knife.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, no, that's solid. If we can ever get into a place where there is wood.
All right.
We got nothing for a weapon.
No, we got a fly rod though. We know there's grayling up here. There always is.
Yeah, but there's no weapon. There's no gun or bow.
No weapon means the brothers can't take big game, drastically limiting their food options.
You know what else there isn't?
There's no gun. I know that. All right, wait, this will work.
There's no oars.
What?
There's no oars.
There's gotta be oars. All right, let's get back to this for a second. There's no weapon and there's no oars.
And there's no tent.
No oars will make the brothers' journey more difficult and hinder their pace.
Not worried about the tent because we can use the raft and we can build shelter.
There's a rope right there. Let's concentrate on this for a second. We have a pack. We've got a knife, which is huge to have that because at least we can chop down wood if we can ever get into a place where there is wood. Flint and tinder. Well, we just got to take what we got. At least we have something to try and catch some food. At the end of the day, that's kind of important up here in this high country.
The Pioneer cache contains a number of critical items. The raft is a 16.5-foot inflatable canoe capable of carrying up to 1,800 pounds of cargo. Made of 32-ounce PVC, the Pioneer Extreme weighs in at 72 pounds. The 5-weight fly rod is equipped with a large arbor reel. The setup comes complete with a fly box containing dry flies and nymphs, making it possible to land anything from grayling to salmon. The fire starting kit contains a fire striker, flint rock, and a tinder nest for quick ignition, even in extreme conditions. Rounding out the critical cache items is a set of 10 by 42 binoculars. These optics should prove useful for trying to locate game for food and provide a better look at what's ahead. The binoculars are tucked into a soft harness with an elastic strap for comfortable carrying.
Boy, that's gonna make it.
Here it is, hold on.
That's gonna make it rough.
We have 8 miles downriver to the next cache. Maybe that's where we're gonna end up getting other stuff, I'd hope.
While a GPS is a modern tool, to the brothers it's nothing more than a glorified compass. Survival in a primitive situation, for them, means using your mind and your instincts more than any other tool.
The evening.
Yeah, and then we'll get into the gear and get this all figured out.
With no oars and a setting sun, The brothers decide to spend the day's last light getting their bearings.
Yeah. At least we have the ability to glass. Let's just see if we can't get some eyes on what lies ahead of us, because we're gonna have to go out this way anyway.
Yep.
All right.
Wow. There's not a tree anywhere.
Yep, right here.
Huh?
Right there. See it? Caribou right there. Are you kidding
The
me?
movement among the tussock is quick to draw the brothers' attention. This time, it's a herd of caribou, and they're surprisingly close.
Are you messing with me right now? Look at them.
They're coming right at us.
We got an entire herd of caribou.
That sucks.
According to Alaskan game regulations, hunters are prohibited from flying and hunting in the same day.
I mean, there's all kinds of them right there.
Look at that, the wind too. We could literally sneak right down here like that. That's painful, 14 days of meat right there.
I hate that we gotta move past these caribou.
What are we gonna do? There's nothing we can do.
I know, there's nothing we can do, but
Sit here and watch them all day. Hope one of them falls over.
completely falls over dead and we just walk up on them. Frustrating, because that is a lot of food right there. That bull right there is a complete slam dunk. A little disheartening at this point in the game.
Yeah, to say the least. Come all this way to have these caribou right in front of us and we can't do anything.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're just spinning our wheels.
Boy, that's maddening. A couple weeks worth of meat, man. Let's quit wasting time. I gotta get back down there.
I'm not even gonna mess with them. Let's just get out of here.
North America's unique system of game laws was specifically created by hunters as a way to conserve, protect, and ensure the future of many species of wildlife. While these caribou would provide weeks' worth of meat, the brothers must leave them be. But in Alaska, they're not the only item on the menu. Fish, ptarmigan, or natural forages such as berries and plants can be found, if you know where to look. These resources can be scarce, so the brothers will have to take advantage of any opportunity they can to find fuel for their
You
bodies.
sure there's nothing else laying around down here? Like, I don't see anything in the... I don't see anything else.
I mean, that's it, man, right there. We got those items. So we'll just make the best we can do with it. Let's fish our way down. Lord knows we're not gonna be going fast because we don't have oars.
Missing oars means there is no way for Chris and Casey to propel or even steer the raft. With half a day behind them and no food or water, a mundane chore quickly turns into backbreaking work. Being in the elements for an extended period of time depletes the body of energy. For the brothers, the labor of inflating a raft compounds that in an unexpected way. Life in the middle of nowhere is a constant strain, mentally and physically.
It won't take anymore.
Yeah, that's about it. This is it, man.
Oh, that's
go.
where it's at.
All right, so how about this? Instead of sleeping under it and using it for a shelter, let's put it right there against that hillside. We'll put this stuff so it's on the left to give us some, windbreak.
Yeah.
And let's just get in this thing down and dirty with it.
Oh yeah, if we get in, it's gonna keep us up off the ground. It's like a big air mattress.
Well, here's the deal. If it rains,
Flip it.
flip it on us. Let's get it up and set right now, and then we can figure out the rest of the stuff.
Oh, I was gonna go to sleep right now.
Yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. As soon as we lay down, we're gonna be done.
Get that gear packed up.
With the temperature dropping, the brothers settle in for the evening.
All right, you get the pack. I'll get these waders.
Okay. I got some of this stuff in here.
I'm gonna sleep in these waders tonight, man. It'll be warmer than not sleeping in them.
You go ahead and do whatever you'd like to do.
Because we're not gonna start a fire, are we?
No, I say we don't start a fire. I mean, we're not gonna have any wood right here. I mean, this is all just tussock and willow. I mean, there's nothing dead. I think we're gonna waste time if we start a fire. I say we just tuck in.
Save that Save that tinder for when
That's
we
what I
need
mean.
it.
I don't want to waste it on all this green wood.
Especially because we're not cooking anything.
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna fish tonight. I think that sun's going down here pretty quick. It's gonna get cold.
Well, where do I start with this one?
A boat with no oars, no weapon, and no shelter really throws a monkey wrench in Alaska right now.
You know, maybe we don't need oars the first couple of days. Maybe we're gonna be doing an awful lot of dragging.
Which side do you want? Room 1 or room 2?
I think both of our goals right now is to hit tree line.
I mean, there's no wood up here to speak of. Not even any firewood up here.
It's gonna be a long, cold night, but as of right now, we're making do. We're getting tight for the night. Tomorrow, we gotta haul it.
Winter is coming early in Alaska.